Day 14, every time. You start strong, locked in all the way, and then 2 weeks later, it's gone, right? It's over. Every plan, every promise, done. It's not coincidence, right? It's not a discipline problem either for you. It's become a habit. And right now, you're living that habit every 2 weeks. So let's take a look what it looks like for you, right? Sunday night, you read something, see something, you get super inspired, so you start a new plan. But this time, color-coded in your journal. Whoa, everything, right? You feel fired up. Monday, you get up early and you start on it. You're really hitting it hard. Tuesday, still going strong. By Thursday, you're skipping the odd thing. Friday, you tell yourself you're going to make it up Saturday. Saturday, something comes up. Sunday, you quit. Scrap it and start over. Quitting isn't the failure. Restarting is the failure. Just let me say that again so you understand. Quitting is not the failure. Restarting is the failure, right? Starting over is the actual failure. And here's what makes it worse is right now you think the problem is you. In this video, I'm going to teach you the science of why this happens, okay? And why you're restarting. The trap that's developed by restarting, okay? Because you actually build this little habit trap that you fall into. And then I'm going to give you 3 rules that you can apply right now so this stops happening. We have to stop this insanity, okay? Because you can't keep living in the same kind of habit. So why does this happen at day 14? Let's take a look at the science of it. I call this the novelty effect, right? When you start something new, right, you get fired up, you're really motivated, your brain releases a lot of dopamine, right? Now, this is the satisfaction drug, right, in your brain. So when you start something new and you're all fired up, you get lots of dopamine release. So days 1 to 7, your brain is just, wow, this is awesome. It's just churning out the dopamine for you. By day 8 to 13, each day dopamine starts getting less and less and less. Why? Because this isn't new or fun or exciting anymore, right? This is now just what you're doing. And so by day 14, dopamine's gone and nothing replaces it. It's not like you have another chemical in your brain that fills in the thing. So what it feels like is that motivation runs out. And you think this means your new plan is failing. It wasn't. It was just starting to become real, right? So what do you do on day 14 when it feels hard and pointless, right? You do the one thing that guarantees failure. You quit and restart. So you run out of the chemical and then it feels pointless. So you do the one thing that's guaranteeing that you're going to fail, quit and restart. All right. So what this does is it develops a trap, right? And the trap is on Sunday night, you start your planning cycle just like always. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, right? But you feel guilty about last week. So you redesign everything, right? You throw out everything. Start a new schedule, new plan, new goals. And this feels awesome. It feels like progress, right? It feels like you're going forward. But really, it's just avoidance dressed up like ambition, right? You're not actually moving forward. You're just sitting in place planning. And here's the cost. Every time you stop, quit, and restart, it actually takes you back. It wipes out all your progress that you've gone to. And you're actually starting back from negative, right? It sounds like you should be starting back from 0, but it's not, because you've now reinforced this quit habit, the restart habit. And the more times you reinforce this, the easier it is to quit and restart, right? It's like any habit. The more times you reinforce that habit, the easier it is to do that habit. So you haven't really been failing for years. You've been failing every 2 weeks over and over and over and over again. So that's a lot of reinforcement for that habit. Like, you've just built that habit right in. So here's what you're asking yourself right now. Andy, what's the alternative? What do I do on day 14 the next time I want to hit reset? Well, here's the fix for you. It's simple, but it's not super easy because it's going to take some real fortitude on yourself to make it happen. What you have to do is you have to set some standards instead of restarts. Okay? And you've heard me talk previously in videos about setting standards as setting it for the minimum. So rule number 1 that you have to do, don't restart. Hit day 14, don't restart. Just push on. Doesn't matter how many slips you've made. Doesn't matter how many times you've stumbled. The only way you can fail at this point is if you quit and restart. And remember, even if you've slipped a little bit, but you continue moving forward, you're still moving towards your original objective. You're just going a little bit slower, but you're still going forward. Remember, it doesn't matter how big the steps are on the journey, as long as you're taking steps, you'll get to your destination, right? It's when you stop taking steps and you go back and start the journey over again that you never get to your destination. Rule 2, when you're making these standards, remember, shrink them down so that it's the minimum you can do on your worst day, right? So, if you were thinking about, I'm going to move my body every day, that's your standard. What's the minimum that you're going to do? Maybe it's just a 15-minute walk. That's the minimum. And usually what you'll find is when you do that minimum, you'll want to do more, right? But the minimum gets you moving, gets you going, gets you doing the thing, right? Maybe it's a half hour working on your work project. That's the minimum. And that'll get you going and that'll keep you going. Rule 3, build the standards, okay? Don't worry about the objective. Build the standards that are going to take you there. And they'll take you to any objective that you set, any goal that you set out there, because it's the standards that you're able to apply over and over and over again. Objectives and goals, they die on your worst day, right? You've quit them many, many times before. Set the standards. Standards don't let you quit. Standards are the thing that you get to do. Now, if you're totally tired of this whole cycle that you've been going through over and over and over again, download my Quick Start program. Test out my coaching for free. Once you start your Quick Start program, I'll get you into my support community and I'll start helping you do this thing. Build the standards. Teach you how to go about doing this so you can replicate this and do it as much as you need for the rest of your life. Achieve whatever it is. So that link is in the description. Now remember, people that get past day 14, they're not more disciplined than you. They're not more motivated than you. They just refuse to restart. Right? When day 14 hits, you feel like you're going to be quitting. That feeling is a signal to your brain that says the habit is forming. A new habit is forming. And you have to push hard to get that one, right? Dopamine gone. Now the progress starts. So once the dopamine goes, it's your time for a new habit. Know that. That's the time to persevere a little bit, push on through and keep moving forward. Don't worry about the slip-ups. Stick to the standards. Now remember this. This is what I want your brain to remember for the last part here. Day 14 is not where you quit. From now on, it's where everyone else quits. And that's going to be the difference. Hey, until next time, it's Andy from SAS Stone Age Success.